Hello and happy Friday for anybody who is watching me live or for anybody who is tuning in on that day. And again, if this is the first time that you are tuning in, my name is Irina Portnova and I'm a manifestation star. Why am I manifestation star? Because I manifested consciously a lot of things in my life and I teach you how to do it effortlessly with joy and with ease. And just to remind you that we are manifesting all the time, but a lot of time we do it unconsciously. With our worries, with our fears, with our self doubt, we recreate more of the things in our life that show up this way for us to give us more fear, more self doubt, and more worries. And today I'm coming in with this amazing episode where we are going to talk about shrink the fear, not the dream. Because my purpose with this mini trainings just to give you bite-sized information and tools so you can change your perspective. Because once you change the way you look at things, things that you're looking at are going to change for you. And let's just dive in. And my first question to you is, what if fear wasn't a stop sign, but rather a signal that you are heading for something even better, something more meaningful in your life? Because a lot of time the fear shows up as the stop sign for us, and it's okay to have the fear because obviously there are situations in our life where fear keeps us safe. For instance, if we are chased by somebody or we just have to protect ourselves, fear is the perfect thing that we want to connect with just to make sure that we are safe. But when we talk about making the decisions in our favor, a lot of time that fear shows up and it shrinks our dream, because a lot of times we are just connecting to that voice in our head. And remember, we all have these two voices in our head. One voice is that ready for something bigger, for something exciting, something ready to go on the adventure. And there is another voice that is just like there with that hammer that just hammers down our desires and just say, hey, where do you think you are going? Who do you think you are? Why aren't you happy with what you already have? And I am sure if you're listening to this right now, you are also nodding to that because we all have these two voices. And again, the fear is showing up not only just to keep us safe, but also stop us from everything that we desire. And let me share my experience. Obviously, the fear of unknown is something that just creates that invisible wall for us, right? To go after something that we desire. And it looks like, okay, what if I make that decision and decide to seek for better relationship? I am leaving something behind that at least, maybe it's not 100% awesome. Maybe I struggle there, but at least this is something that I know. How do I know if I venture out, I'm going to experience something better? Or people are sitting and they are not happy with their job and they're not doing anything about it, or they want to create more income opportunities, but they're not doing anything about it, just sitting and dreaming and not doing anything about it. When we do nothing, we create nothing, and we are just going on that repeat where we just living the life exactly how we were living it a day ago, a month ago, a year ago. And my invitation is that we all can up level the way that we experience our life. And everything starts from accepting that fear is part of the process. It's okay to have the fear, but we are not going to let that fear to have us and proceed for something that you desire. And I remember when my daughter, she was doing the ballroom dancing for 10 years. And I remember when she was smaller, and we were going for these beautiful competitions. I was always craving to have my own business because I looked at other parents, at other moms who were running their own businesses. And I was always dreaming, saying to myself, if I only had my business, I would have the flexible time. I would have the flexible income. And that was something that was inside of me, longing for something better, longing for some opportunities. But then again, I was very limited in my knowing. And my knowing was, okay, I have my accounting degree, and the only thing I can have as far as my business is to run the accounting services firm. And that was not something that gave me life. And I was just shoving my dreams, shoving anything that was coming from my heart, because I was just not knowing what to do. That's why it's important to connect with the clarity. When you are clear on what exactly do you want, there is a way for you to tap into that. That's why I offer this meet and greet workshop, because if you join my workshop, you will connect to that side of you that wants more from your life, that wants something more desirable, something more exciting, something that you are ready to explore and experience. And you come, you sit, you tap into that side, and we are going to connect you with your vision, because your vision has to be bigger than your fear. When we start thinking about what my life would look like if everything worked out, and this is the tool that I wanted to give you today, because the way our brain is functioning, the way we trained our mind is, we always start looking at negative things, how things are not going to show up for us even though we are craving something. But today, I'm going to share with you the tool that you connect to other side of that possibility. What if everything worked out for you? What if you are going to live the life that you want, doing exactly what you love to do, being with the person you are craving to be with, and experience the life, the excitement, the joy, the aliveness. I would say it's another level of aliveness that you can connect to, and everything starts from your decision. So I would love you just to start asking yourself, what if everything worked out? Where would you be living? What kind of people you would be surrounded with? What exactly would you be doing? These quality of questions are going to give you the quality of the answers that you are ready to receive. And everything starts from you. Just start questioning yourself and make that powerful decision. At least the decision to learn a little bit, to show up for yourself. And let me tell you, a lot of times we are so scared because we do not know what's on the other side of the fence. But if you have the guidance, you're always going to be in the good hands. Just think about it. When I decided that I want to have my own business, I did not have any clue what is there that I'm going to do. But I just had that vision, had that vivid image in my head. I'm sitting on the beautiful beach and I'm just working on my laptop. What exactly I was doing, I had no clue, but all I knew that I had that desire to have just my laptop and travel anywhere in the world, and I can be working from any part of the world. That was my desire, and that's exactly what I manifested in my life. Just me speaking to you right now, serving the clients, giving a lot of value to people, receiving the income out of it is just the dream coming true. And it's just the start, because I know I can continue growing. I know I can continue impacting thousands and thousands of life in the best way, because people want to be connected. People want to have that support. People want to have that guide to have somebody who can take their hand and say, hey, everything is going to be all right. Just trust me and know that things are going to manifest for you in the most amazing way. And there is another tool that I also wanted to share with you. It's called micro brave commitments. Instead of focusing on that big scary goal that you might have, commit just to one micro brave action each day. And the more you're going to do it, the more you're going to celebrate yourself. You'll see that every small step is going to guide you to the big results. And it's great for your nervous system because it's not too overwhelming for your nervous system. And you just keep doing every single day small step in the direction of everything what you desire. And if you are the person who listening to me and you are still saying, I do not know exactly what I want, I truly invite you and encourage you to start your journey just by coming to my workshop. Because I'm telling you, I promise you, you are going to receive some answers. This is the magic that happens when like minded people show up and we are connected at that moment to the collective consciousness, to the source where the idea starts streaming to us. And this idea could be life changing for you because you can receive that idea. And if you implement that idea, you can propel yourself on a different trajectory of your life. And I encourage you, I invite you with love to join me on this powerful workshop because that could be your first step to the new life. Remember, do not shrink your dream, just shrink your fear. Because we all have the moments, because we are all human beings, we all have the moments when we are doubting ourselves, when we are saying that we were not made for it. But if your desire is stronger than your fear, trust me, you can move mountains. And I can guarantee you that I can show you how. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Keep manifesting, keep desiring more out of life, and keep experimenting because life is a beautiful adventure. Only if we decide to allow to show up for ourselves, only if we decide to allow ourselves to explore and to stay curious. Sending you lots of love and light, and see you on next mini training and in my workshop. Bye.